Good morning, crypto kids, and welcome back to another video. Today is super important because Bitcoin traded over $30,900 yesterday night. So things are looking very interesting. Right now we're at 30.8K, but today's going to be a massive video because we're going to be discussing Bitcoin. Also, a very advanced indicator today is going to be discussed. I'm going to pull it up in just a second, but really it is focused on momentum. And if it's right, then Bitcoin can see a reversal. If not, we could be creating a very nice new swing high on Bitcoin. So stay tuned until because that will be the crucial bit of the video. Then Ethereum, because Ethereum went over 1.7K ever since the 1st of October, the week of the 1st of October. So that is pretty cool for Ethereum too. And the S&P 500 is seeing, well, did see a massive dump towards the downside. And the reason for this is this particular news, which affects all markets throughout, including Bitcoin. So today is going to be a jam-packed video. So make sure to smash up the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. It would mean the world to me, and it will just take you 2 seconds of your time. It would be very cool for the algorithm. So if you can do that, it would be very much appreciated. But ladies and gents, without further ado, let's jump into the price of Bitcoin because that is why we are here today. And by the way, guys, if you do want to be trading this Bitcoin volatility and this massive move, then you can head over to the description below where I have some very cool bonuses just for you guys. If you want to be trading on Bitflex, you can get a chance to winning 1,000 USDT by just depositing 50 USDT, making one trade, and then you can be selected. This is valid until the 1st of November, just like our Bybit campaign. Details on the right-hand section, and you can get a deposit bonus of up to 30,000 US dollars. So going back into Bitcoin, the question everybody has, is this the top? Right? Is this a top or are we going to continue higher? So other than this, I will be pulling up different things, so such as the parallel channel we have and the massive range of resistance. Now, we are testing, well, we're just above the crucial resistance line of this parallel channel that we have been forming ever since like decades now. It's since the 13th of March, the week of the 13th of March, we have been within this parallel channel. And right now, for the third time, if you want to say, for the third time, we are testing this once again, trying to break it. And ladies and gents, if we do not find resistance, then we could be creating a new swing high for Bitcoin. That would be at $31,800. Now, the daily time frame is where it gets interesting because the advanced indicator that I want to share with you guys is very crucial. Now, it is called the momentum reversal indicator. Those of you following Tone Vays are probably familiar with it, and Tone Vays is my mentor in TA, by the way. So if we just search the MRI, we can go right over here and boom. So on the daily time frame, we can see an MRI top. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it is a complex indicator. It is derived from Tyler Jenks's TD sequential, again, based on momentum, and it indicates at which point we can see reversal in price. So it's very cool. But just to keep things simple, because we've had a lot of bullish momentum, the MRI is signaling a top on the daily time frame for Bitcoin, which is very significant. And if this MRI top does play out, because especially on the weekly too, we are nearing another top on the weekly. Again, I don't want to get into too much detail. We can see a reversal in price. So this is the first one. And I have been talking about a potential reversal in price for the past couple of videos too. I will give you the targets in just a second. However, look, this reversal in price could be invalidated. The reason being is we are now above the resistance of this ascending broadening wedge that I have been discussing in multiple videos. And by the way, we did have a very cool trade just a couple of videos ago. And if you did decide to hold it until the end, you would be in massive profit. So ladies and gents, massive congrats to the Crypto Kids community. We are the best community in crypto. That is for sure. However, this trade is no longer valid, so I'm going to be getting rid of it. And what I'm going to be discussing is what is the target of this ascending broadening wedge. Now, I wanted to bring up a textbook pattern just for you guys so that we can measure it together. Now, the ascending broadening wedge, we just need to measure the height from B to C, where well, B to actually E, the point where we see the confirmation of the actual pattern itself. So if I go back to the chart here, all I got to do is measure it from this point until there. And if we put it just where E made its high, then we can see just a little bit higher there. So I want to get it as accurate as possible. We can see that Bitcoin is going to have a target around $32,800, which would be massive because that would mean we're creating a new swing high for Bitcoin. So on the weekly chart, if we zoom out a little bit, that would mean Bitcoin creates a new swing high, meaning we would be breaking out of this parallel channel, but we would be in the resistance box, actually touching the top of this resistance box. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin pumps to $32,800 and then finds resistance, because as you can see, historically on Bitcoin's chart, we have come down to this level a numerous amount of times. This one being the most famous, as I personally remember this wick all the way down to 32.8K, then we bounced towards the upside. So this was very scary, but fundamentally, this is a very, very important price that if Bitcoin comes to, it's going to be either make it or fake it. So yeah, it's going to be very important. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin does confirm the breakout from this weekly candle, which is going to be over in 6 days and 18 hours. So again, we have another week for this to be confirmed. But if we do see this confirmation, $32,800 is very much possible. So if you do want to be trading this move, because we are literally just breaking out, then you could potentially, if you wanted to, open a long position right over here where we're at right now, and put your take profit to $32,800, and you could put your stop loss however you want to risk manage, but I would never go below a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So if you wanted to, you could take this trade and it would give you a 6.45% win rate. I wouldn't take this with leverage personally because we do have some risk over here. But again, $32,800 for Bitcoin is definitely possible, from which we can see the reversal. I know the MRI is indicating a reversal today, but even though if that reversal is like just a couple of $100 down, that is absolutely fine. We can for sure make it to that target if Bitcoin continues to pump and not go into this pattern once again. So that is the Bitcoin shorter term time frame that I wanted to discuss. On the macro, again, we're heading to a very important level of resistance, which I discussed. A double top is still possible, so do keep an eye on that. However, we do not have confirmation on this, so again, don't want to make too many comments on this specific matter. But now Bitcoin is at $30,900. That trade can be valid anytime soon already, so I want to pump out this video as soon as possible before it's too late. Now the S&P 500 is dumping. The reason for this is because the rising yields on the US government debt, which sent the 10-year treasury rate to near 5%, a level not seen in the past 16 years, has posed a challenging environment for the stock market investors. Now, the reason that the treasury rate going up so much is bad for the economy, I just went on ChatGPT to find the most clear points for you. So it means that this can lead to higher borrowing costs for consumers, businesses, and the government. For consumers, this means higher mortgage rates, which means that most likely you're not going to be making big purchases like buying a home, credit card rates, and other forms of borrowing. So this means that people are going to spend less, therefore potentially invest less, and that's why the stock market is going down, and they're not going to make big economic transactions. Now, that is basically the reduced version of why the interest rates, well, the treasury rates going up is a very specific matter that is causing the S&P 500 to see a dump towards the downside. Now, other than this, what I would suggest you going to is on Twitter. You can check CryptoKid at cryptokid.com, and you can first of all follow me there because I do share charts that I can't share on my YouTube because usually I need to post them very quickly. I have retweeted Mr. M's podcast with me. It was a very good podcast, and I 100% recommend you watch it. We go into how I started crypto, my background, etc. So if you're interested in that, definitely go ahead and watch this podcast. And ladies and gents, that is pretty much it. If you want to trade the MACD, by the way, I have a very cool blog post on how you can learn to trade the MACD at CryptoKid.com. So if you go to the description below, you will find the link to that blog post to start learning how to trade the MACD strategy. But ladies and gents, that is pretty much it for today's video. I have just woken up, so my tongue is twisting like crazy today. So I'll have some water, relax, and see how Bitcoin plays out its move. But ladies and gents, thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone, and I will see you all in the next video very soon. Take care, guys, and bye-bye.